Let me just spin into frame like I haven't completely neglected my channel for 2 months. Not gonna lie, I have actually been sleeping the whole time. But this morning I thought, if I don't get out of bed, who's gonna make videos that no one asked for? So yeah, you're welcome. I found this coat at the car boot sale for £5, and okay, I lied when I said this coat was ugly. It's not ugly, it just doesn't suit me. I have a complicated relationship with jackets, particularly jackets without hoods for some reason. My relationship with baguettes, on the other hand, is still going strong, and the fact that they're called baguettes only makes me love them more, so yeah. Let's turn this questionable coat into a baguette. Oh, and a pair of earmuffs. I have no idea where to start, so I'm just going to decide on a zip. I have this chunky gold one, which is my personal favourite, but it is a bit short. Then there's a longer one, but it is a bit flimsier and it's not as cute, so I'm going to have to go with the longer zip because I think all of this fluff demands a slightly bigger bag. Still a baguette, but a chunky baguette. I'm starting off following this tutorial, and it basically shows you how to make your own bag pattern, which I thought was going to be really difficult because of my, let's just say, compromised attention span, but it was actually pretty easy. I'm checking the pattern piece just to make sure that it's the size that I want and that it's going to fit nicely under my arm. This is what I'm using for the lining. I don't know what kind of material this is, but it is waterproof. And I really like the sound it makes. Kind of satisfying. Now please, don't be fooled into thinking that I know what I'm doing. Because despite the fact that I have this whole little YouTube channel that appears solely dedicated to sewing, I actually have no real sewing knowledge at all. Like 99% of the time, I am literally just sticking pieces of fabric together willy-nilly and hoping that it turns into something that I want. But one thing I have personally found is that what you lack in practical skills, you can usually make up for with delusion. I really thought I was doing so well. I got the lining done, I got the main body of the bag done, but I got cocky. I forgot to check back in with the tutorial, and now it's time for me to add the zip, and it's too late to add the zip. So essentially there's going to be no zip. That whole debate I had earlier about which zip is the best, completely meaningless now. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Let me just channel that zip rage into attaching the strap. Now there's probably a special technique for this, but I can't be bothered to find out what it is. So we're sticking the strap between the lining and the fur, sewing it in place and calling it a day. Honestly, as long as this thing looks somewhat like a bag, I'll be happy. I just had an idea to remedy the no-zip, wide-open bag situation. See, I forgot that the coat has poppers. I can cut the poppers from the coat and sew them into the bag to make a little popper closure. I'm kind of proud of this. I feel like I just saved this project. I can't believe this is finished. This might be my favourite thing I've ever made. I think I actually prefer the popper to the zip because it makes the bag look a bit more loose and squishy, which is what I wanted. I feel like we need to christen this bag by filling it with stuff. Let me see what I've got. Okay, my purse, a tube of Aquaphor, scrunchie. This is a bundle of jewellery. It's all stuck together. That's not going in. Some bookmarks that I forgot that I bought. These are cute. They can go in. And obviously my phone. Oh my gosh, how is it this late already? No wonder Phoebe looks annoyed. She wants to go to bed, but she wants me to come upstairs with her. Let's see if she likes it. Nope, she hates it and she wants to go to bed. Okay, let's wrap it up for tonight. I left a huge mess on my desk last night, so let me clean that before I start on these earmuffs. I have this headband that's a perfect colour match, and I can already tell that this leopard print is going to look so good as earmuffs. Now you might be wondering what I'm doing with this box of beads. But this lid looks like it could be the perfect size for what I need. I have seen other people use bowls as a template though, so that could work too. I took this pillow from the living room. I'm going to steal some of the fluff from the inside and hopefully my mum doesn't notice. I'm trying to find the exact right position for the fluffs to be on my ears, but okay. Let's just stick them and hope for the best. So the glue I'm using is way stronger than necessary, and for some reason I have to mix it. I've seen some tutorials where people sew the earmuffs onto the headband, but I'm kind of done with sewing right now. So we're going to go Mr. Maker with it and put all our faith into this glue. To be fair, this is strong glue. Like, Mr. Maker wishes he had this glue. Mr. Maker had a Pritt stick. He was sticking stuff that had no business being stuck with a Pritt stick. Like, let me show you.
Get some glue. Put some glue on the bottom of the boat. There we go. And stick it onto the corks. There, it's...
Stick it onto the corks. There, it's a cool boat.
Okay, so the earmuffs are very slightly too high up, but I don't even care. They look so cute. I've never actually owned a pair of earmuffs before, and I can't stop patting them like this. I am way too proud of this. These are so cute. The room is such a mess though, and the mirror's smudged, and I don't know why I filmed it like this, but I feel like it's not doing them justice, so I'm gonna add in some pictures so you get the full effect. Okay. Oh, so cute. Okay, thank you, babe.
Now he's got a mouth, all he needs is some hair. So I've put some glue there and some glue there.
That wouldn't stick.
And then scrunch these two bits up here.
That wouldn't stick.
You've got yourself a wobbly dummy.
That wouldn't stick.